Hi, everybody. It's my second live stream of the day. So, same shirt, different hour, different guest. Matt Andre of UTR, thanks so much for joining us here with Parenting Aces.
Awesome. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks for having us.
So, you guys have this new championship series. I got a press release and reached out to Erica, who put me in touch with you, to kind of give you an opportunity to talk a little bit more about the new UTR National Championship Series, who it's for, how people sign up, why y'all are doing it. And of course, I would be remiss if we didn't talk about the safety precautions that are going to be in place due to COVID. So let's jump right in and kind of give us the why behind this series, why you're doing it now.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you, Lisa. So really the series, obviously we've seen in the tennis world, a lot of events had stopped and seasons were canceled. So number one is we wanted to help provide an opportunity for players with these canceled events and seasons, the chance to compete locally and then have their scores count on kind of a higher level. And we have seen a heightened demand for tennis events in the past few months, and you've seen a lot of UTR events going on. So really we put our heads together, and fortunately we have some amazing partners out there that were eager to jump on with us to really be our host sites for the series. So that's kind of the high level approach to it. But really kind of how the idea also formulated was giving the college coaches opportunities to watch junior players. And as you would see in our junior events, we are doing live streaming for college coaches. So the idea really formulated with that. And from building on then, we said, hey, why not offer something for college and high school players? So really what we've done is we've put over a national championship series that is featuring over 20 locations, over 70 events. And with full events, we'll have over 2,000 matches played across the U.S. for really all levels of players.
Cool. And so just to clarify, college recruiting is in a holding pattern right now. The NCAA keeps extending the dead period. And what that means is that the coaches cannot reach out to the prospective student athletes. What it does not mean is that the prospective student athletes can't reach out to the coaches, or that the coaches can't physically just watch play, right? They just can't have that interaction, that back and forth, unless it's initiated by the prospective student athletes. So for those wondering how y'all are doing this, when we're in a recruiting dead period, that's how. It's perfectly legit for the coaches to go online and watch a streamed match. They just can't initiate contact with the players, right?
Correct, exactly. So yeah, and obviously, and traveling isn't the best thing right now.
Right.
And that really is kind of the big vision behind this is we wanted to give players local opportunities to compete at a high level. So as you'll see with our events, they're spread out across the country where we're allowing players to stay in that nearby location. And then it's also going to help coaches be able to stay where they are and then still be able to watch some of these higher level matches.
So they are regionalized. Does that mean that if I'm located in Southern California, I can only play the Southern California events?
So for the junior events, each junior is only allowed to play one event.
Okay.
So if they want to travel, so for example, we do have an event in Florida and Georgia. If the Florida player wanted to go to the Georgia event and drive there, they'd be more than welcome to. But once they do play in one event, that is the only junior event they are allowed to play in.
Okay. So again, let me just clarify, because, in normal conditions, players and families are traveling all over the place to play tournaments. You are trying to limit the amount of travel due to COVID-19, trying to stop the spread, and therefore are trying to offer these events in different communities around the country to eliminate the need to travel. It's the travel piece of it is discouraged. It's not prohibited. But really, this isn't about looking at all the events and seeing where the weakest field is and sticking your kid in there so they have a chance to boost their UTR through one tournament, right? I mean, let's get into the nitty gritty of this, because we all know about the point chasing. We all know about people trying to manipulate UTR. That is not what this is about.
No, not at all. Exactly. We want to help kids play in a new, exciting format and play locally. And having that in their backyard is so important. And obviously it costs a lot of money as well to travel around the country for different events. So we really think this is the start of kind of a broader vision where we can provide these unique opportunities for players in their local regions, and they don't have to get on a plane. They don't have to kind of chase after those points, but they can do it, I mean, right in their backyard. And what our vision is this with this as well is providing guaranteed matches and competitive matches, because everything we do at UTR is level based, and we do like guaranteeing matches. So you'll see in our college format, these players are guaranteed 6 matches over 3 days. In our junior format, these players are guaranteed 3 matches with the opportunity to play 5, depending how they do in their early rounds. And then in our high school format, these players are guaranteed 5 matches. So be able to provide anywhere between 3 and 6 guaranteed matches at a competitive base. It's amazing that players can do that. And in my background, I was in junior development for years, and I saw players travel and sometimes not get competitive matches. So be able to do that now is so exciting.
And it fits right in with the mission of UTR that was established at the very beginning of UTR's existence, which was to push play back to the local communities and to bring players of similar levels, not the exact same level, but similar levels together so that match play is competitive and a learning opportunity for both players. One of the things that I'm curious about with this, you said something about the format. What is the format? And my understanding is it's different for the junior events, the high school events, and the college events. So maybe you can start with the juniors and work up.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so actually all 3 events will be using the basis of a World Cup format. So what this is each event, another thing we're doing is we're only accepting 16 players per division. Sure, we could have made it bigger, but again, our priority is safety and creating these smaller events. So 16 players per event in a World Cup format. They're accepted by top 16 by UTR. And then each event will actually be divided into 4 round robin groups. So for the junior event, you're going to have 16 players based off UTR accepted. Then those 16 players will be divided into round robin groups. So 4 round robin groups. They'll play everyone in their group once over 3 days. And the winners of those groups will then advance to the playoff bracket, where they are actually going to be competing for prize money, and also a very exciting field sponsorship with apparel and footwear that they're going to be providing to the winners.
Very cool. And again, to clarify, it is perfectly fine for juniors to accept prize money. They still maintain their eligibility to play college tennis as long as that prize money doesn't exceed $10,000 per year, and minus expenses, right? So it's 10,000, you subtract out the expenses, and then you're still eligible. So if your kid's earning more than $10,000 a year playing tennis right now, they probably aren't going the college route anyway, right?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
No, exactly. So so that's the junior one. The college one is very similar as well, also using a World Cup format. The college one is open to all players, so you will see a lot of junior players playing in this. The junior events are for the 16th and 14th divisions. So if you're in that 17, 18-year-old, we do recommend playing in the college events. That is also a World Cup format. That one's a little cool, where the first day they're actually going to be doing 3 fast 4 matches in that round robin phase. And then depending on how they do on day 1, they will move into one of 2 compass draws. So you'll have a winner's one and then a consolation compass draw. Also using the World Cup
compass draw is regular 2 out of 3 sets?
Yes,
or
correct. Yep. Compass is for the college one. Compass is regular 2 out of 3, 10-point breaker for the 3rd set. Where the junior one is actually full 2 out of 3 set matches all the way across with ad. So we did want to take that national format, and then we're spacing it out with 1 match a day.
Okay, and so in the college one, they're playing no ad scoring.
Correct.
And playing lets, not playing lets?
Playing lets for the college one as well. Yep, so they're doing the college scoring format.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so again, let me just summarize where we are so far. So 16s and unders, junior series, 18s and college players, college series. Who plays in the high school series?
Yep, so the high school series is our last format, also using World Cup format. And those are for players that are actually on high school rosters who really have had their seasons canceled, obviously, with everything happening with COVID. So you do have to be on a high school roster with UTR. If you're not, it's very easy to get added to your high school roster. So our thought process behind the high school one is to really do some exciting national series for high school players that don't really get this opportunity as much. They may not be the players that are playing in the L1s, L2 national events, but
Hmm.
to put them in a national level event is so exciting. I was a high school tennis coach for 3 years in a past life, and my players would have loved to have this.
Yeah.
So those are for the high school players. There will be some strong players, of course, in there that are in high school rosters, as they do vary from state to state. But that high school series is meant for players on a high school roster on UTR.
Great. Okay, so I want to get back to how you get in the events, because for the juniors, they're only allowed to play one junior event, but then can they also play a high school event and or a college event?
Correct. Yeah, you can play as many college events. So the college events are actually run over 4 weeks. We actually have our first event starting today for the college one, which is really exciting. College one is a 4-week offering. The junior series for the 14s and 16s is the only event that have that restriction on one event. So we don't want a junior, and really the thought behind that is we don't want a junior playing one event and then traveling 3 states over to play another one. That's not what we want players doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the junior event is the only one with restrictions, but if a junior goes and plays that 16s, they can then go play the next 3 weeks of the college events.
Okay. And the college events are clustered, or do those require travel? I apologize. I haven't had time to study the schedule yet.
No, the college events are clustered. We have about 12 locations right now running the college events around there. So ideally we have those sites where they can play. If they want to play all 4 weeks, they're welcome to do that.
Okay. Staying in that one space.
Staying in that one site. Yep. They can play continuously at that one site.
Okay. But what happens if they sign up in one place, they don't do so well? Can they move to one of the other locations to play the next 3?
Correct. Yes. If it was a nearby location, like for example, we have one in Georgia and Florida. I'm using that as an example because those are drivable.
Because they're drivable, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you could do that. Correct.
Okay. But again, the idea is for people not to travel to play these events, to stay close to home, to help prevent the spread of COVID, which is what we're all trying to do, hopefully right now, so that our country can open back up to everyone. And so what are y'all doing at UTR to discourage families from signing up for events that aren't in their immediate area?
Yeah, so I think the main thing we're doing is by providing so many different events. We have over 70 events across the country. And we do recommend to players saying, hey, play your local event there. So that's the main thing that we're doing behind it. But then in addition, just to the overall health and safety guidelines, I mean, safety is our top priority. And we are working with our partners who are in the same boat as us. They're trusted partners on the UTR platform. And they are all following their local and state safety guidelines, in addition to the guidelines that we're putting out there. As you may have seen in our pro tennis series that was on Tennis Channel. We just had one pop up in Spain today and in Tennis Australia. We're using those as a baseline for everything that we're doing and have our health and safety guidelines. No handshakes, tapping rackets at the end of matches, no fans at the sites. Each player is only allowed one person with them, so that can be the parent or the coach. And then obviously the basis of social distancing, 6 feet, wearing masks, all of that. And then a lot of our organizers are putting additional guidelines above and beyond per their state restrictions.
Okay. And what are y'all doing in terms of checking in for matches, reporting scores, getting court assignments and all of that? Are you doing that through an app? Are you doing that in person with the tournament director, or does it vary?
So it's going to vary from place to place, where we did have one organizer over in Georgia who actually does like a virtual tournament desk, which is really cool. Everything is assigned in advance. So, I mean, online, you can see which court you're on, which match you're on. One of our sites is actually spacing out the matches by 5-minute intervals. So they're coming in, so you're not going to have a cluster at the desks.
Okay.
And then again, back to really our vision behind this, you will see the divisions are small. So we did make this so there's 16 players per divisions, where we don't want a 60-person event right now out there for this National Championship Series. We want to make it a little more elite, accepting the top 16 by UTR. We also made it so facilities need limited courts. A facility can run this between 4 and 8 courts, and only having upwards of 16 players there at one point in time.
Mm-hmm. And it's all singles only?
All singles, correct.
Okay. No doubles at this point?
No doubles.
Okay. And for the coaches, the college coaches who want to watch the junior, and I suspect the college coaches are going to want to watch all of the series, the juniors, the high school, and the college series, because all of those will have recruitable kids in them. How do the coaches get access to these matches? Are they being streamed publicly, or is there some sort of special access for college coaches? How does that work?
Yep. So they will be streamed publicly. So we will have links. Each of our partners has a little different. Some are using play sites. Some are using some in-house technologies they have. But on each of the event descriptions, and our junior events are starting next Wednesday. We do have our boys division starting on July 15th. And so for those ones, college coaches will be able to go to the event description, as will parents, as will other coaches. All the streamings will live in a link. Those will vary per location. They can click on that and watch the matches. And then for the locations, each one is a little different again. Some are going to have all courts streamed. Some are going to have between 2 and 4 courts streamed. Our first priority are 16s. For the streaming, they would get kind of first passage at those courts. And then some sites will stream all the courts.
Got it. And do you know, and this may vary by location as well, will the players have access to their matches after the fact so that they can upload them to their own recruiting profiles?
Yes, absolutely. Yep. So that's one of the requirements for being a host site, is that for them to make sure that they are available to us at UTR and for the players and the coaches. So the players who do play, they can get the matches after, and then they can keep those and then share those as they like. And yeah, it's a great thing to have in your and your outreach to college coaches.
Yeah, for sure. And especially right now, where the coaches do have, first of all, their budgets have been slashed. So they're not traveling. They're in a dead period, so they can't go and watch live. And it just gives the players so much more control over their own recruiting process to be able to capture these matches and use them to market themselves to the college coaches. So, just it doesn't really matter how well you do in the event overall, but if you have good matches to share with college coaches, that's the key if your goal is to play college tennis, right? To showcase yourself to these coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. And I work with college coaches every day, and my day job at UTR is I head up our college division. So, I mean, these college coaches want to see matches. They don't want to see 2, 3, 4, 5-minute clips of your best shots. They want to see how you compete, how you think on the court. So being able to have this opportunity is huge. And looking at how things are going with, obviously, everything with the health crisis going on, this video recording is going to be huge. So being able to offer more opportunities is something that players, I think, should look for, and college coaches are going to be looking for when they're speaking with players.
For sure. I want to just put out there to people watching, if you have any questions for Matt about these events, the UTR National Championship Series, my mouth isn't working, please go ahead and post those in the comments, and I'm seeing those in real time so I can ask him. Let's talk about the nuts and bolts of how people sign up for the tournaments.
Absolutely. So you can go to myutr.com. It will be the first thing you do see when you're going to the website. We have all the events living in one UTR National Championship Series club. Pretty cool. We actually have over 1,600 members now in this club that are interested in playing. So the demand is high for these events. You can go into there, find your local event, and then click on it, register. There's a waiver you need to fill out upon registering. All the information on health and safety precautions, host locations are right there. And what we can also do is after this, we can share with you, Lisa, those links if we want to post them directly for anyone listening.
Great. Kareem is asking, are the videos filmed live for coaches to watch live? And he asked 2 questions. Is the ITA event this weekend going to be videotaped for coaches to see? Kareem, I think you might have missed that part of the conversation.
I'm not sure about the ITA event this weekend. I know there's a few going on, and the ITA events are run on our platform. And you will see also in our college events are actually run Wednesday through Friday. So players are able to play in both the UTR College Series events and the ITA events, which we are also a part of and running on UTR. You would have to check individually if those are streamed. And then for the video, that are streamed, for the junior ones, some will be live streamed. There will be a few that are going to be watched after the fact that don't have live streaming. But that'll all vary site by site.
Got it. And the cost to participate, is it the same across all 3 series, or is it different for each, for juniors, high school, college? Okay.
So the college series run between 100 and 125 per location. The college series are guaranteeing 6 matches over 3 days, so it is a lot of matches, and we are working with our organizers. Some have different costs that they want to put out there. The junior series is 125 across the board, and then the high school series is 100.
Okay. And again, a guaranteed minimum of matches. It's not just one and done. So,
Exactly.
if you break it down cost per match, it's pretty cost effective. I mean, it's a little pricey. However, you have to also take into account the fact that hopefully you don't have any travel expenses going along with this, right? So hopefully you're spending the night in your own bed and eating your meals at your own home and not having all of those costs involved with traveling all over the country.
Exactly. And it's something, and with 16 players, we wanted to make sure our organizers, we're making money off this. We were excited to work with them and offer them this opportunity. So when you have 16 players, you do need to find a price point that does work for them. And as you were saying, the price per match is really what we're looking at in this. Where it's rare to get guaranteed 6 matches in a 3-day period, no matter kind of where you go. So that's the exciting part about the college one. And then the junior one is the guaranteed 3 full matches, and then the potential to play 5. And all winners of all series will also be nationally recognized by UTR at the end, which is going to be the first time we're doing this. So we're excited to do that and do something special for all of them.
That's cool. Let's talk about your sponsors a little bit. You mentioned FILA and the fact that they're doing a prize package for the winners. Who else is helping out with these events?
So FILA is our primary sponsor.
Okay.
So the prize money is actually coming out of the entry fees. So that's for the prize money portion of it. But FILA will serve as the official apparel and footwear provider of the UTR National Championship Series. And they're going to be providing prize packages for each division. The junior prize packages are pretty exciting. They're going to be getting essentially what is a full apparel swag kit from FILA, where they're going to have shoes, clothes, shorts, and shirts. So they're going to have everything, sweatsuits. So really enticing package for the junior players there.
Cool. And what about for the high school and the college?
The high school has a similar one. High school will have the exact same one as the junior ones. And then the college one is a little less of a package, but they will have FILA gear as well.
Very cool. I keep coming back to this whole idea of entering the events that are nearby so that you don't have to travel, you don't have to get on a plane, you don't have to stay in a hotel. But you and I both know there are going to be people who choose to go to events outside of their local area. We also know that because the entries are capped at 16, there are going to be kids who miss that cutoff who want to then travel to another site and try to get into that event. In the junior divisions, can they enter more than one event, even if they're held on the same date, in hopes of making it into at least one of them?
Yeah, so they could technically enter more than one event. But then again, we are going to promote that they do play the local one and monitoring that. But technically they can, but they can only still play in just one event.
Right. Okay. Yeah, but my concern is that, if I'm the parent of the kid who, when I look at the entries, my kid's the 17th best player. So, barring somebody dropping out, my kid's not going to make it in. As a safety precaution to make sure that they get an opportunity to play in these events, maybe we're going to sign up for multiple locations and take the risk of travel because it's so important. I would argue at this stage of the game, it's not that important. Don't travel, take your losses, find another event to play in that weekend, or just have your kid get out with a coach or a friend or whoever and play some matches rather than take the risk of travel. But obviously that's one person's opinion or two people's opinion. Matt, you're in agreement with me, but there are others who, feel differently. So I just want to make sure everybody understands, you've put this together in order to facilitate staying home. That is the goal. And yes, there are opportunities to travel, but really it is highly discouraged.
Correct. Yep, exactly. We wanted to create a series where we have opportunities for all levels of players. And that's why this is something you see where we have high school, junior, and college. And this hasn't been done out there yet. We've actually created a national series for all the different, shapes and sizes of players and junior players you have right now. And creating over 70 events is amazing. To be able to have partners that are eager to do this and provide these opportunities, that was our top priority.
Have y'all talked about, once COVID is behind us, I don't know if it's ever going to be fully behind us, but once things open back up, is this going to become more of a real national championship series where people are able to progress through levels, starting locally, maybe moving to regional, and then an actual national championship of the winners of all the events coming together?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So it was a discussion we had going in, but at the bottom line was, how do you get a winner from New York and California in one place to be determined right now? It just isn't a smart thing to do. But it is something we would love to do down the road. So as things progress forward, do look for more of these types of events, and something where we could, I'd love to have a system where we see more national level events, so we have more of a pinnacle at the end. And that is something that we would love to do down the road.
And we know that professional tennis used to look like that. There used to be these, regional series of entry-level professional tennis tournaments where players could, go to a location, stay there for several weeks at a time, and have continual match play, having the opportunity to earn prize money and ranking points and all of that. And junior tennis used to have something similar, but it hasn't been around in a really long time. And I know UTR has been talking about this for years, of bringing back these types of regional tournament structure where, you don't have to incur the cost. You don't have to incur the time off work, time away from school, all of those things. And I think this is a great kind of testing ground to see how the response is. And I suspect the response is going to be pretty big. For people wanting to stay home and have good competition for their kids. But the fact that the draws are only 16 for the juniors, it means that, some sites are going to have trouble filling a 16 draw. Other sites are going to have huge waiting lists. It's just the reality, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you said it perfectly there. And the UTR mission is to make tennis more accessible. And affordable. And so to be able to do that in a local environment is huge. And we're powered by our partners and our organizers, where they're able to run events locally. And you're seeing more and more UTR events popping up all over, and that's exciting to us. But yeah, our goal is to keep everyone kind of where they can be, where they can work on their game, play competitive UTRs. And you can improve your UTR in any situation, whether you're playing somewhere higher or lower. You have an opportunity to play and improve your UTR. So that is definitely something we're looking at.
Right. And with USTA rankings frozen right now, tennisrecruiting.net has just announced that they're doing their ratings now. So that's opened back up as play has started to open back up. But USTA still has its rankings frozen. This is a great opportunity to get some match play, some high quality match play, and really just focus on strengthening your competitive muscle, improving your strokes, improving your strategy, improving your mental toughness, all of those things. And also having the opportunity for college coaches to watch and kind of showcase what you've been doing for the past 3.5, 4 months as we've all been holed up during COVID-19. So kudos to UTR for doing this. And Matt, thank you so much for, taking some time to explain this to us. Can you just give us the website one more time for people wanting to sign up and get the dates and all of that?
Yeah, let me see if I can actually put this in the comments here. Am I able to put this in the comments?
Yeah, just type it and it should show up.
But if you go to myutr.com and I'm trying to see, I think I just put it in here. You might have it now, Lisa. But if you go to myutr.com, you will be able to, right at the first homepage, you'll see the UTR National Championship Series. Click on the register and you'll get taken to all the events. They're all going to live in one digital club. I think I just sent the club link as well if you want to check that out. And then, Lisa, I'd love to share with you some some more direct links if you want to look at just junior events, college events, or high school events.
Okay, yeah, if you'll share those with me and I'll post them in the comments. I just posted the club link here, and so anybody that's got, is the first step for them to capture their UTR profile. So if they haven't done that already, they need to do that before they can register. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep. So you can go to, if you do not have a UTR profile yet, you can go to myutr.com. Hit join now, create your profile. If you have any USTA matches, any matches from really any competitive event, you will probably already have a profile. Claim that. If you have not, if you already have claimed your profile, you can go to the page, search for your nearest club. You can also do this with the event search. If you go into, and actually, let me see if I can share my screen here, and I can actually give a quick demo.
Yeah.
I think that would be share screen.
Is it letting you do that? And I'll bring it up as soon as you.
Right. Do you see?
Yep. Here we go.
Do you see the Championship Series club?
Yep. I see
Awesome.
your screen. Yep.
Awesome. Yep. So you can come into here. You're going to be able to see all the events listed right into the events tab here, where you can search down. They're all going to be listed by state. As you go down here, we are going to have a lot of events that you can look at. Another option will be going to the search. You can click on events here. You have your location here, but you can look at the different event series. So if you just want to look at the Junior National Championships, you can apply this, and you're going to see the events listed right into here.
Fantastic.
So then again, and then if you go to myutr.com, you'll be able to come into here, click register right here. This will take you directly to the page.
Perfect. All right.
Awesome, I think.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks so much, Matt.
Well,
anything else I've forgotten to ask you that we need to know?
No, I think we covered it all. I really appreciate you having us on the show today, and we look forward to running this new exciting format for everyone out there, and hopefully everyone can take advantage of it and find their local event. And ideally, this is going to be the start of a lot of more new, innovative, creative ideas like this for players of all levels.
I love it. And if you are signing up for these events and your child goes to play, or you are the player and you go to play and care to contact me and give me a little insight on your experience, I would love to hear from you and hear how this compares to other events that maybe you're playing right now, whether it's ITA Summer Circuit or other UTR junior events or men's and women's open events that are happening around the country right now. So please reach out. You can always email me, lisa@parentingaces.com, or you can message me through the Parenting Aces Facebook page. And I'm pretty responsive. So I'd love to hear what your experience is as a player, and also for the parents out there, how you feel about these events and the value for the cost and all of that. So I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you. Matt, best of luck with all of this, and keep us posted on, more innovations coming out of UTR. We always love to share that with the Parenting Aces audience, and are always happy to talk to you guys. So thanks for that.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Lisa. And again, anyone can reach out to us directly as well with any questions, and your feedback is always appreciated. We're always looking to improve what we're doing. So look forward to hearing from everyone else as well.
Perfect. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And Matt, thank you. We've got another live stream coming on Friday to kind of wrap up the American Clay Court Nationals, from the Greenbrier Resort. So make sure you tune in on Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. All my times are getting mixed up, but we'd love to see you on Friday too. Matt, good luck. Thanks again. And for those of you who are tuning in, I'd love to hear from you about future topics that you'd like to see us address on these live streams. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Thank you.